Okay, everyone. It is pretty early in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. I got up about a half hour ago, and I am here to talk about the Academy Awards with a nice cup of coffee. The Academy Awards happened just last night. I sat through the whole thing. Had a few technical issues near the end. I don't know if anyone else had that, who might have been watching the stream on Hulu. That was annoying. But all in all, I was able to see all of the awards given out, and I am excited to talk about them. And yeah, we're just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna go in the order that they were given out last night. And yeah, so up first, let's talk about Best Supporting Actor. You can see that I have my entire list right here. We'll run through like what I got wrong and right as we go through it. But I guess off the top, we could see that I got 8 incorrect, 15 correct. Not my best work. But yeah, let's run through it. Let's go one at a time. Kieran Culkin winning for Best Supporting Actor is to be expected. I think we all sort of expected he won all of the precursors throughout the entire year. I don't think anyone else won any of them. Yeah, I'd have to go back and check, but Kieran Culkin just seemed to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm not sure how I feel about his win. Like, I don't know how all of us are going to feel about his win years down the line. I've been doing some thinking and doing some talking with other people about what movies are going to be, or what performances, or what anything is going to be considered legendary in the years to come, or well-deserved. Before the Oscars every year, there's always like those times that the Oscars got it wrong videos. And Kieran Culkin winning for a real pain over someone like, I don't know, let's just say Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, seems like one of those decisions that's going to that later on we're going to be like, oh, maybe that wasn't the guy to give it to. And there are reasons for that, but yeah, the main reason being that I think Guy Pearce gives a better performance, and Kieran Culkin kind of appears to be playing himself, or a version of himself that he has played many times before. And that doesn't mean that he's not deserving of the award, I guess. But yeah, I was a little bummed to not see Guy Pearce pull up an upset, but also at the same time, we all knew that wasn't going to happen. When we go down to animated feature, though, I would call this an upset. I don't really know if anyone had this. I don't know if anyone had this predicted. I mean, I had it predicted. I wanted Flow to win Best Animated Feature. I think it's one of the best films, not even just Best Animated Films. I think it's one of the best films of 2024. And seeing that win, I could have just stopped watching right there. I was like, that's all I needed. I just needed Flow to win, and it won. And yeah, I was beyond excited. Once that happened, though, I will say I got a jolt of energy regarding the Best International Feature race. I was like, oh, could this go all the way and beat Emilia Perez and I'm Still Here? We'll get to that, but that obviously didn't happen. Yeah, watching Flow win and watching the filmmakers go up on stage and become the first Latvians, or the first Latvian film to win an Academy Award is incredible. Also should take note now, I guess, that Conan O'Brien is like the best Oscar host. I don't know about ever, but certainly in my lifetime. I love just seeing him. I love his energy. He's got the right mix of humor and sincerity. And when he kept making that joke, your move, Estonia, hilarious. I love Conan O'Brien. Yeah, cannot believe Flow won in a good way. I'm so happy for that movie and happy for the filmmakers. And I cannot wait to see what they do next. I also love that they shouted out using Blender, using this like open source program to make their movie. I think that was pretty special. Now, when we get to animated short, admittedly, this is where all of my issues were. We're in the short category and the documentary category. So, and then obviously Best Actress and Best Picture. But I made it a point to myself, or I made a promise to myself, that next year and the years to come, I'm going to put way more effort into trying to watch all of these shorts that are nominated and trying to watch all of the documentaries that are nominated. And sometimes it's just that they're inaccessible. Sometimes it's just that I can't find anywhere to watch them. And, that's on me for just not looking hard enough. But yeah, animated short went to In the Shadow of the Cypress. And I voted for Yuck just purely on vibes and because I like that title. Moving on to costume design, I knew Wicked was going to get it, and Wicked got it. I don't really know who else was nominated. So other nominees that we had there were Conclave, Nosferatu, A Complete Unknown, and Gladiator 2. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not a costume designer, and I don't really know how people go about picking these things. For all of my sense tells me that it's a bit of a popularity contest, that people are just picking the movie that they like the most or that is the most popular. Because otherwise but then again, I don't know. I mean, but Gladiator 2, making Roman garb seems like it might be more difficult than making any of the stuff in Wicked, which is just a lot of prep school outfits and ball gowns and whatnot. But I don't know. Again, I'm not a costume designer, so I don't really know how people are deciding. I would have, because even my own inclination is to pick the movie that I like the most out of these, which might be Nosferatu. You're not voting for the movie, you're voting for the costume design. And, the costume design in Wicked is pretty good for all of the issues and reasons why I dislike that movie. The costume design really wasn't one of them. All right, moving on to original screenplay. This was a tough one. When it comes to the Anora Brutalist battle and Conclave, I guess you could throw in there, I was really, really torn. And if you watch my prediction video, you'll see it live in that video because I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of Sean Baker. But the problem is that I think that The Brutalist is a better film than Anora. So I was put in this position where I was like, man, do I pick the person that I want to win because I wanted Sean Baker to win all of these awards, or do I pick the movie that I think is the better of the two? And that becomes more apparent as we get further along this list here. But super, super happy, beyond happy to see Sean Baker take the stage for Best Original Screenplay. And then again, for editing, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I mean, the screenplay to Anora is great, but I don't know. There's a part of me that still kind of wishes Brady Corbet got a little bit of love tonight. I think that the accomplishment of making The Brutalist is absolutely incredible. And for all the talk about, Sean Baker going up there and talking about how we need to preserve independent cinema, I mean, The Brutalist is just as worthy of a conversation around that topic as Anora is. I mean, it was made on a $10 million budget. It also seems and screams independent cinema. And the two of them, I do feel like, have been going on this press tour talking about the struggles of being an independent filmmaker, independent artist. And so I could have seen it go either way. Throughout the entire night, I do wish The Brutalist got a little bit more love. But that's the name of the game sometimes. I do think that The Brutalist might be looked back on in the future as being like, oh, maybe we miscalculated this one. But Anora is still an incredibly interesting and deserving winner. Moving on to adapted screenplay, I predicted with my heart on this one. That was probably a bad move. This was my second incorrect one on the evening. I voted Sing Sing, or I predicted Sing Sing, and it went to Conclave. Perfectly fine. I guess I think Sing Sing is a better movie. I think Sing Sing is just a movie that everyone in the world should see. While Conclave has this more pulpy, everyone who watches it will probably enjoy it. Maybe not everyone. Yeah, maybe not everyone. But Conclave just sort of has a bit of that more mass appeal. But Sing Sing, I think, is just a truly emotional and important story to tell, and left me absolutely floored. It's a bummer to not see Sing Sing win anything this evening. It certainly wasn't nominated for as many awards as it should have been, but being nominated at all is, I guess, an honor. And but seeing it go to Conclave was a bit of a bummer to me. Makeup and hairstyling, it went to The Substance, and I predicted The Substance. I really don't see any other way this could have gone. The makeup was such an integral part of that movie, as it was to some of the other nominees. Let's quickly just go through some of the other. There it is. It was up against A Different Man, Nosferatu, Wicked, and Emilia Perez. And yeah, of these, the only other one I could see it maybe going to would be Nosferatu, possibly Wicked, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like everyone sort of knew it was going to be The Substance. The Substance was nominated purely for this category. I feel like, I mean, it had other nominations, but I feel like if it was going to win anything, it was going to win this one. And yeah, I'm glad it did. Editing, so sort of the same thing. I predicted The Brutalist. It went to Anora. Again, I'm super happy for Sean Baker, but sometimes I don't know whether I prefer an Academy Awards where we get a clean sweep, where one film is winning a ton of. We had this the other year with Everything Everywhere All at Once, even Oppenheimer to some degree, where you just have a film that you just see the same people going up on stage over and over. And I love Sean Baker. I'm so incredibly happy for him. I don't want this to come across that way, but I think I prefer an Academy Awards that spread the love a little bit. And I know that that's not how people vote, but I don't know. The editing in Anora is great, but to me, the editing in The Brutalist is just another feat unto itself, because it's a 3.5 hour film that just breezes by. And you can't say that about every 3-hour film. I even sort of felt a little bit of lag in like Oppenheimer or The Irishman. And those are from filmmakers who are well respected in their craft and well renowned already. Here is a filmmaker, Brady Corbet, and I don't know who the editor is, unfortunately. I didn't write it down. But they crafted a long movie that feels like it zips by. And I think that that's no easy feat. And I would have preferred to see The Brutalist win here. But again, still super happy for Sean Baker. Supporting actress, I'm pretty sure when I was making this list, like in the middle of the night, I just like wrote Zoe Saldana's name in winner before it even happened. Like as soon as all of A Divine Joy Randolph, I believe, came out, and she started talking to all the nominees, I just wrote down Zoe Saldana because I was like, oh, she's got this locked. There was a part of me that was scared that Isabella Rossellini was going to get it. And nothing against her. I just, I was just nervous for a second. But luckily, the Emilia Perez backlash didn't touch Zoe Saldana. I do think that of all the nominees, she was the clear winner and clear best performance of all of them. Say what you will about Emilia Perez, and plenty of people do. Zoe Saldana, I don't think, is one of the parts of the movie that you can really criticize. I think she's incredible in this role. Production design, I went on quite a run here. Production design, Wicked, I'm not going to talk about that too much. Original song, El Mal, Emilia Perez, it won it. It was a great song. It was a pretty weak year for original song. I think I would have liked the song from Sing Sing to get it, just purely because I love that movie. But, it went to El Mal, which I think is the best song in that movie. I actually went back and re-listened to Mi Camino, though, and I actually kind of like that one too. People really shit on Emilia Perez. I was thinking about making a whole video about being an Emilia Perez defender. Let me know if you guys want that, because I feel like I am kind of alone in appreciating Emilia Perez. But then again, it seems like if you are praising Emilia Perez in any way, you get screamed off the internet or something. So maybe I won't do that. But I do feel like the movie does need a little bit of defending, even if I'm not defending some of the actions of the people involved. I'll say that much. Documentary feature, I didn't see this. I didn't see any of the documentaries, unfortunately. That's on me. But No Other Land seemed like the clear frontrunner in this category, even though like no US distributors were distributing it, and it was very hard to see for a while. I think now people are finally starting to see it. When it comes to documentary features and the documentary category in general, I heard someone describe it as like, which world tragedy are we going to be recognizing this year? And to a degree, that's kind of what's happening. It does seem to be a very dour category or set of categories. It's a lot of pain and heartbreak, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I guess those things are incredibly important to be displaying and to be sharing with the world. And I don't really think I'm going to sit here and be like, we need more funny documentaries in this category. The world is a shitty place, and we need people to document that shittiness. And so, regardless of any sort of like political feelings and whatnot, like No Other Land seems to be a very important film that is telling a very important message, and I do look forward to seeing it at some point. And the speech that was given made me want to watch it even more. So yeah, No Other Land won there. Short documentary. I didn't watch any of these. Maybe I might get some backlash, but because I was seeing some people online say that I'm Ready Warden was just like terrible or something. I don't know anything about these movies, but yeah, I got that one wrong. Best sound. I don't know what happened here. I think my reasoning in the video was that Dune Part 1 won Best Sound the year that it came out. So I was like, oh, they're not going to give it to Dune 2 because they already won. So they're probably going to give it to a complete unknown. Spread the love a little bit again. I don't know why I thought that. That was a dumb thing to think because it went right to Dune Part 2. That was an easy one. I should have got that. Visual effects, though, I did get Dune Part 2, Dune Part 2. My hot take was that I would have also loved to see it go to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but that obviously didn't happen. Even when they were showing the clips, I was like, damn, that movie looks so good. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I mean, Dune Part 2 looks great too. But again, it won for Part 1, but whatever. It's a whole other movie, and we gotta support the arts and visual effects. Live action short, again, didn't see any of these. I voted for Aline, and it was I Am Not a Robot. I don't know anything about these two, but I am looking forward to checking them out at some point. All right, here we go on another little run here. Cinematography, I voted for Lowell Crawley and The Brutalist, and it paid off. So incredibly happy that I got this one and that Lowell Crawley got this. He's a pretty young guy, which I was kind of surprised to see. I don't know. This has such an old school feeling to it. Old school, like European cinematography feeling to it. And yeah, I wasn't expecting such a... Well, he's young relative, I feel like. But I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. But Lowell Crawley winning for The Brutalist. Shooting the movie in VistaVision. I mean, it's just... I don't know. It's a cinematographer's dream. It really is incredible looking, shot on film, shot on basically a dead format of VistaVision. I don't know. You can't go wrong with that one. International feature. I'm incredibly happy that I'm Still Here got an award. And I mean, I'm Still Here, I think, was of, keeping Emilia Perez out of the conversation just because I think it was pretty lambasted online before all the controversy. And then the controversy is kind of... were the final nail in the coffin there. I'm Still Here was my second favorite, but I think it might have been the best front runner of this category. I would have loved to see Flo hop up there again. That would have been pretty cool. But, the Brazilians, even the people watching my channel, I mean, I made a video about I'm Still Here. It got way more views than I was anticipating, and most of the comments were people from Brazil. So the Brazilians go hard for their art, and yeah, so I'm Still Here. Made it, and it's a great film, and if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Best score, I mentioned this earlier, but Daniel Blumberg won for The Brutalist, and he went up there, and he did not look like he looked like he wanted to be anywhere other than the Academy Awards that night. I don't really know why. He seems like I'm not going to make the comparison to Nosferatu, but yeah, he seems like a very interesting person. That's what I'll say. Very brooding, and it made sense. I guess I had never seen him talk before, or maybe I don't even know if I ever seen him. But listening to the score and then seeing that's the guy that made it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I guess I was very happy to see him win. The Brutalist, kind of. It did all right. It did all right last night, but again, I would have liked to see it go the extra mile. Best actor though, Adrian Brody. Super super happy about this. There was an inkling of doubt in my mind that said, oh, maybe Timothée Chalamet is going to pull an upset here. Maybe he went on a crazy awards campaign. Maybe he garnered enough love from the industry that people wanted to see him win. But Adrian Brody got it, and I'm incredibly happy about it. I do think it was the best performance from a male actor in 2024. Yeah, he did. His speech went a little long, which, what are you going to do? I'm not here to criticize the speeches. I don't really give a shit about that. Best actress. This, to me, was the strangest category and the most up in the air category. We all knew because these were the nominees. I predicted Demi Moore, but in my prediction video, I was like, it could very easily go to Fernanda Torres or Mikey Madison. I actually had Mikey Madison third on my list, if you can imagine it. I did make that video like a few weeks ago, and I think in those weeks, it was actually, might have been before the SAG Awards. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was before the SAG Awards, where Mikey Madison, Demi Moore won the SAG. Mikey Madison won a BAFTA. I do know that. I was just seeing Demi Moore kind of sweeping up this category, and to not see her up on that stage was kind of odd. Seeing Mikey Madison up on that stage was kind of odd to me. I don't think that she gave the best performance of all the nominees. And it's hard for me to say that because it is a great performance. But I know I predicted Demi Moore. I think I wanted Fernanda Torres. That I don't know. And I don't know. I think maybe the internationalness of I'm Still Here prevented Fernanda Torres from really getting the votes that she needed. But and Anora just being a crowd pleaser. I don't know. I'm really torn on this category. I think this might be similar to the supporting actor, where in the years to come, we'll look back and be like, maybe we shouldn't have given this to Mikey Madison, or maybe someone else was more deserving. My pick would be Fernanda Torres, but you could also make the case for Demi Moore. I don't know. This is a tough category for me. I'm not going to say not deserved, because I think anyone who is even nominated and wins is sort of in some way deserved of the Oscar. But yeah, this was a bit of a bummer to me in general. And I'm saying that as someone who's a fan of Mikey Madison and of Anora. And then we get to Best Picture, and I voted with my heart again. And also, Anora started picking up steam in the back half of the awards campaign, the awards race. The Brutalist really seemed like it was going to go all the way. When I saw it pick up Best Drama in the Golden Globes, I was like, it's a lock. It's got to be there. It started picking up a bunch of other awards too, but then slowly we get to the PGAs, the WGAs, and you start seeing Sean Baker winning for Anora, and you're like, oh shit, maybe the Brutalist isn't as much of a lock as I thought it was. Again, I said it way earlier in this video, but I think the Brutalist is a better film than Anora, but that does not mean that I don't think Anora should have won. I do think the Brutalist should have won, but I'm incredibly happy that Anora did win. I'm incredibly happy for Sean Baker. I've been a ride or die Sean Baker fan ever since seeing The Florida Project in theaters and bawling my eyes out. And I was like, I'm going to see anything this guy makes day one. So again, incredibly happy that he won. I will just say, I felt the exact same way watching The Brutalist this year. I saw that, and I had seen Vox Lux. So, and I don't have much of a memory of it. I was pretty young. But watching The Brutalist, I was like, I'm immediately a ride or die fan of Brady Corbet, and I'm going to see anything that he makes from now on. And yeah, so I think I just maybe wanted to see The Brutalist win Best Picture. I know people were saying it was between Anora and Conclave. I think if Conclave would have won, we would have been having a very different conversation right now. But I cannot be mad about Anora winning. I think it's deserved. And yeah, my coffee got cold that entire time I was sitting here. I didn't drink it at all. I probably have to go heat that up again. But this is the, I think, 97th Academy Awards, and I think it was a pretty great one. I think the ceremony was wonderful. It ran pretty long, but whatever. I don't really give a shit about that. I don't really care about award shows running long. I just want to be entertained, and I was entertained. The In Memoriam was particularly, I'm not going to say it was particularly sad this year. It's sad every year. But Conan O'Brien did a great job as our host. And yeah, this is an interesting lineup of winners. And I am curious about the sort of lasting legacy of these winners and this list right here. But we won't know until the far future. Let me know what you thought of the Academy Awards this year down in the comments. Be sure to find the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when new videos come out on the channel. And I'll see you all next time and next year for the 98th Academy Awards. Can't wait. See you all then.